all change with our weather. A chilly start first thing, the cold air being pushed away, turning milder, cloudier and wetter for many of us. I'll have all the details of that and more coming up on Good Morning Britain.
Monday, 13th of January.
Fires across California. I mean, we're in a freezing cold snap, aren't we?
Worlds apart, worlds apart.
Situations, because it's these and the fire.
So they are now issuing more red flag warnings. These are exceptionally rare. Prior to these being issued, and they had some at the end of last year, they haven't issued them for about 4 years. They only issue these when it's a very, very worst category, spreading to be more catastrophic than they are. Second biggest, that's 14,000 acres. It is 27% contained, which is an improvement on the 0% containment last week. But then the biggest fire, the Palisades fire, is 23,000 acres, about half the size of the city of Birmingham, and it's only 13% contained. That means it is still pretty much raging out of control, driven largely by these Santa Ana winds and the very dry conditions they have. So Santa Ana winds are when we have dry, cold air coming from the interior, it goes over the mountains, and then it heats up as it gets to the other side, and it speeds up rapidly. So in the next few days, they are set to see these winds strengthening. Over the weekend, they were like 30 miles an hour. They're going to strengthen to 40 miles an hour today, 60 by tomorrow, 70 by Wednesday, still very low humidity. Welcome news, the winds later on Wednesday will start to come from the ocean, bringing some much-needed moisture, but moisture from the air in the regards of rainfall is not happening. There is no rain in the forecast for the next 7 days. So they still have this major issue with water. We heard about that earlier. Just want to show you this incredible footage. I don't know if you've seen this. This is a super scooper. This pilot has... But back to the UK, talking about how cold it's been. Over the weekend, we had the coldest night the UK has recorded in 15 years. It got to minus 18.9 degrees in Alton Harris and nearly minus 19. Fast forward 48 hours. This morning in Alton Harris with the milder air moving in, it is nearly first thing this morning. He literally sent me a text this morning with one of those things that pinpoints. So yes, that is where Andy is this morning. I guess the welcome news for us, knowing that he gets a little bit wet later on today. But if we zip 5,292 miles right the way across the world, we get to the weather we have in the UK. And it has been bitingly cold, particularly over the weekend. That wins out as we head through the rest of the week. So let's take a look at our 7-day outlook, where our weekend is always in view. And across the north of the UK, first of all, Scotland, Northern Ireland, northern areas of England, this is our average temperature line. Last week, the temperature sat below this line all week long. This week, they sit above this line, so it's said to be milder this week. Percentage chance of rainfall, though, it comes with a change in type. Last week, it was either dry and cold and sunny, all these snow showers around. Today, we have this band of rain. Yes, it's dry for the middle of the week, but wet weather returns as we head through the weekend. Fortunes further south for England and Wales as we head through the next 7 days. Today, sitting around about average, but the line you can see here, temperatures, climate is above average for the rest of the weekend. Actually, high pressure sitting close by means the percentage chance of rainfall remains relatively low, so the outlook for many of us, thankfully, milder. Good morning to you. It was bitingly cold, near record-breaking cold this weekend. We have minus 18.9 at Alton Harris, the coldest night in the UK for 15 years. This morning, it is nearly 30 degrees warmer at 10 degrees because milder air has now moved in. Welcome news if this cold has just been way too much for you. Still some cold weather. Welcome back to Good Morning Britain. The weather is decisively chilly this morning, but nowhere near as cold as it was over the weekend, where we saw the coldest night the UK has recorded in 15 years. Today it is 30 degrees warmer than it was in Scotland on Saturday morning. And today, here we have cloud, wind and rain in the south. Well, over the weekend, we had the coldest night the UK has recorded in 15 years. We got to minus 18.9 degrees at Alton Harris. Today, thankfully, it is milder across the north, 30 degrees warmer than it was on Saturday morning, just 48 hours ahead. And that's because mild air has spread across the country, across the north, bringing wet and windy conditions, still holding on to that cold air across the south for at least 1 or 2 more days. So southern areas, clearer skies, a touch of frost here. From the Midlands northwards, we are frost-free with cloud and outbreaks of rain. So a very different looking day of weather ahead. Scotland, Northern Ireland, northern areas of England, North Wales, cloudy, mild with outbreaks of rain. In the south, still holding on to that sunshine, 6 or 7 degrees with another chilly night ahead in the south, but mild in the north.